So in this lesson we are going to look at the algebra skill where we expand brackets and we collect like terms. Let's start by looking at some examples. Write each example down and work through it with the video, making sure you understand and show each step of working. So we are going to expand and simplify this expression here. Let's start by looking at the first bracket. So we need to expand this first bracket, which means we will get 3x plus 12. And then if we expand the second bracket, we get plus 2x, as that's a positive 2, and then plus 2. We can now look at collecting like terms. Which are our like terms? Let's look at this very carefully. We have 3x and 2x, and these can be combined to give us 5x if we collect them together. We then have plus 12 and plus 2, and these can be combined to give us plus 14. Remember, everything owns the sign that comes in front of it. So that's a plus 12 and a plus 2. The 3x at the front has no sign in front of it, which means it is a positive 3x. And positive 3x and positive 2x combine to give us positive 5x. Let's look at another example. So here we have 6 bracket 2x plus y plus 5 bracket x minus y. So we are going to expand the first bracket. This gives me 12x plus 6y. We're now going to expand the second bracket, which gives me 5x minus 5y. Let's collect like terms. 12x and 5x gives me 17x collected. 6y, take away 5y. Now remember, it's a minus 5y because everything owns a sign in front of it. So positive 6y minus 5y gives me a positive y. And this is my final answer. Let's look at example number 3. We're going to start by expanding the first bracket. So this gives me 12a minus 4. And then expanding the second bracket, 2 times 2a gives me a positive 4a. Remember, it's a positive 2 as a multiplier here. 2 multiplied by 7 gives me a positive 14. I then need to collect all the like terms, so I'm going to collect 12a and positive 4a, which gives me 16a. I'm going to collect negative 4 and positive 14, and they collect to give me positive 10. Let's try the next example. We're going to expand each bracket in turn. 8 multiplied by 5x gives me 40x. 8 multiplied by negative a gives me minus 8a. 3 multiplied by x gives me 3x. And 3 multiplied by a gives me 3a. Now, let's collect our like terms. So 40x and 3x, those combine to give us 43x. And then we have negative 8a plus 3a, that gives us negative 5a. Now, let's look at example number 5. 2 plus 3 lots of x plus y in a bracket. It is crucial that we apply BIDMAS, so we must deal with the bracket before we deal with the plus 2, so the addition later on. Let's work out the bracket. So that 2 will just be here, ready and waiting. We're then going to do 3 multiplied by x, which gives me a positive 3x, and 3 multiplied by y, which gives me a positive 3y. I can't collect any like terms because there are no like terms to collect. Let's try another example. So this time we have 10 plus 2, 3x minus 1. Again, the 10 will just be left until the end because we're going to do the bracket first of all. Expand the bracket first of all. Positive 2 multiplied by 3x gives me a positive 3x. 2 multiplied by negative 1 gives me negative 2. I can now collect like terms, and I have a 10 and a negative 2, which collect to give me an 8, and then I'm simply left with plus 6x. Now, this last example is the hardest example that we're going to look at, and it's trickier because we're subtracting rather than adding, so we do need to be really careful as we work this through. So let's expand the first bracket. 3 multiplied by 2w gives me 6w. 3 multiplied by 3p gives me 9p. I then look at the next bracket, and it's a negative 2 multiplied by w, so that gives me negative 2w. And to finish off, I have negative 2 multiplied by negative 5p, that is a positive 10p. Negative 2 multiplied by negative 5p is positive 10p. Now, I then need to collect any like terms that we can find. So let's see what we can locate. We have a 6w minus a 2w. That straight away gives me a 4w. And then after that, I have, next of all, a 9p and a positive 10p together, which combine to give me 19p. We're going to do one final example like this. So again, we can see that there is a negative here, which will make everything a little bit trickier as we work it through. 5 multiplied by 2x, first of all, is 10x. 5 multiplied by negative 3 is negative 15. And then, being very, very careful with this negative sign, we have negative 4 multiplied by x, which is simply negative 4x. And we have negative 4 multiplied by positive 1, which is negative 4. Think about how we calculated each of these in turn. Let's now collect like terms. That's a 10x and a minus 4x, which give me, together, combined, a 6x. We then have negative 15, negative 4, which combine to give me negative 19. So there is my final answer, 6x minus 19.